They returned to the Office of Robotic Solutions again because the phone message indicated that a decision would be made today. Grateful for the favor, the long walk to the office put a little pep in their step. Scraping the sky for hope, answers, a spare bird or a plane, any totem or dab of inspiration would do. Nothing came to mind. Nothing came into view. Imagination maybe ran out of RAM on this day. But they were going to hear some hopefully good news. Walking past the bing bong of the front office and back into that same old waiting room, they thought, this time around, maybe I'll just close my eyes and remember a meditation song or a chant or that sandy beach vision that always centers my soul. And that way, either way, without attachment to outcome, I'll still feel like I did something good and gave it a good try. Another long sit in timeless time in the waiting room with eyes closed made everything different. What's nice about the resin of a meditation practice is that you can always pick up where you left off. You can always tap back into that feeling state. And even though the tonality might be different, sometimes it's embryonic, sometimes it's sonic, sometimes extrasensory. It's always somehow familiar. Family. On this fine day, they decided to bring Tyrone in. No more blocking off, procrastinating, pushing it away. Feel all the feelings. Swim deep into the center of the pain points and undo them with a good soul massage. All the little knots will fall away eventually with enough agitation and time. Well, sometimes there's a softening, and things need not be agitated to change. But the willingness muscle was strengthening, and they felt good about the graduality of the healing that was centering itself in their soul. Like the wild fox or the feral cat that circles, keenly aware and making cautious mental notes about whether or not the ground is safe to nestle in, sleep on. It can take a timeless time, minutes or several visits before they decide this must be the place and take their time to settle in. Even if it's only for a little while, it takes as much time as it takes, and time is just a process. Deep breath in all the love and light inside, and soft exhale out. New soft gaze, and they've just made it a new day. No longer feels like the same old waiting room. Door cracks open and it's an unfamiliar face. They realize there's a new face sitting just a couple chairs away in the room. She looks at the ground. Body is still, but the feet are very nervous. Tap, tap, tapping. Rhythm, Morse code. Maybe hoping someone answers prayers through her feet. Who knows? They project a lot. They could tell that the gentle man entering the waiting room was a staffer at the Office of Robotic Solutions. And they waited for the new dictum from the new face with no name. You are they them, he said. Sly smirk on the face. I am they them, they said. They started to get up thinking they had to sign something or twirl around 3 times, walk a straight line. They were willing to do whatever it would take to get to the next phase, take the next step, do the next required action item. Spiritual mantra of the moment in this timeless time had everything to do with vision and willingness. Ha ha! Fakish sounding belly laugh. You are they them. You're the coder? I had to come and take a look. We don't have too many coders taking care of these things by their own hand. They make money, you see. They buy these robots. What are you up to that you have to build this thing? Are you a debtor? Are you divorced? Are you homeless? I know you're a little slow. I got a chance to read your application. No. Please don't stand up. Stay seated. The employee pointed to the cameras on either side of the room and tapped his finger on his ear to also indicate that there were hidden audio devices recording everything that went on. They looked up at him and said, "Yes, I understand we are being recorded. It seems to me that some of the questions that you're asking me might be interpreted as violations of my patient privacy. Also did not catch your name." Haha, coder. He shook his head. You look nothing like a coder. You are up to something. They pointed at the other patient in the waiting room and pointed back at them and said, if that pretty lady over there was not in this waiting room, we could disappear you. You coders, you amateur builders. Never seen a lady one before. And you're not so pretty a lady. I'm not a lady, they responded. I don't use those pronouns, and it seems to me that doing that could get your organization a fine. It's illegal to use the incorrect pronouns once it's been established what my legal pronouns are. The employee continued, "We could disappear you. If you are up to something, we could put a tracking device in your bot. Whatever parts you buy, whatever moves you make, keep that top of mind." They turned on their heels and exited the room. Meditation is precious. They felt the untruth of the statements, the blusters and the posturing. All they wanted to do was to be at home with their loving robot that they built with their own hands. All they needed was the verdict. The other party in the waiting room had a soft, gentle gaze as well, as if they were in a meditative state. They knew they could be wrong. They are always projecting. The other party in the waiting room, she looked familiar. Maybe someone they had gone to school with, but as a little tyke. They couldn't place this face. She said, "I have enlightened witness skills, and if that guy would have tried anything, we would have nailed his ass." They exchanged nods of approval and went back to the solemn solitude of their own spaces, of their own waiting games, of their own hopes and dreams and needs. If they had seen her there before, then they hadn't really seen her. The girl was reminiscent of the health cart worker that they passed by on the way to the Office of Robotic Solutions, and they wondered if that was the same woman. She always handled things with an excellence, transactionally. She always adhered to safety and quality standards, always with a soft smile and a soft gaze. No solicitations, talk of discounts or coupons, no attempted sales seductions so that you would keep returning as a customer. Though the girl was exceedingly beautiful, you could see it from the inside of her soul all the way out. Not plain by any means, but plain by superficial standards. Thick Coke bottle glasses and hair askew, as if she'd just stuck her hands into an electronic fixture. The shock of ideas playing all through her tendrils, but not affecting any other part of her, save for those nervous, hopeful feet.